Hey everyone, welcome back to Burn and Bite, where fitness meets food in the most delicious, powerful way. Now tell me this, when was the last time you actually craved Brussels sprouts? Yeah, I get it. They are like the kid in the vegetable group project who nobody wants to sit next to. But what if I tell you that tiny green veggie, the one you have probably pushed to the side of your plate more times than you can count, might just be the secret weapon your muscles have been begging for? Stick with me because today we are diving deep into Brussels sprouts, muscle friendly fiber. We are gonna unpack why this mini cabbage deserves a major place in your diet, especially if you are training, building, or just aiming for that clean eating lifestyle. And I promise by the end of this video, you will look at Brussels sprouts with a whole new kind of respect. So grab a seat, or better yet, hit a light stretch, and let's get into it. Alright, before we talk muscles and fiber, let's rewind the clock a bit. Brussels sprouts may be trending now on fitness blogs and Instagram reels, but these little guys have roots that go way back. We are talking as early as the 5th century in the Mediterranean, but their name that came later, somewhere in 13th century Belgium, where they were cultivated near, you guessed it, Brussels, hence Brussels sprouts. Now fast forward to 21st century, and these tiny cruciferous kings have evolved from grandma's overboiled side dish to roasted, shredded, sautéed superstar. Why? Because science caught up. Nutritional studies started highlighting just how stacked these veggies are, especially for people into strength training, endurance, and body composition. And sure, they don't have the PR budget of broccoli or kale. Brussels sprouts are like that underrated indie brand. If you know, you know. And now you're about to know. So let's get into the fitness angle. Why are Brussels sprouts so powerful for people who train? First of all, fiber. And I'm not talking about the kind that just keeps things moving. I am talking muscle friendly fiber. The kind that stabilizes blood sugar, supports gut health, and keeps you feeling full without bloating like a balloon. Now, if you are someone who is bulking or cutting, you know the drill. Eat clean, fuel recovery, stay consistent. But what often gets overlooked in clean eating is digestion. And this is where Brussels sprouts shine. Picture this, you are hitting your macros, your proteins dialed in, workouts are on point, but your gut is sluggish. You're not absorbing nutrients, your energy is flat, and your recovery feels slow. Sounds familiar? Here's where Brussels sprouts step in, quiet, unassuming, but incredibly powerful. Their soluble and insoluble fiber helps clear the digestive highway so your body can actually use all the protein you are taking in. That means better recovery, less inflammation, and more efficient gains. Think of your digestive system like a subway. If there's a jam on tracks, nothing moves. Brussels sprouts, they're the cleanup crew. They keep that subway running smooth. Let's not forget what is inside these tiny grains. I am talking vitamin K, vitamin C, folate, manganese, potassium, and even a bit of iron. All nutrients that quietly support energy levels, reduce oxidative stress, and help your muscles do what they are supposed to do. Vitamin K, for example, it does not get much attention in gym circles, but it plays a vital role in bone strength and blood clotting. meaning better support during heavy lifts and less soreness after a killer leg day. And vitamin C, not just for colds, it is actually crucial for collagen production, which is the scaffolding your muscles rely on during repair. So, yeah, your post workout meal should probably have a few roasted sprouts on the side. Now I know the word detox gets thrown around like confetti in the wellness world. But let's cut the fluff and get real. Brussels sprouts contain compounds like glucosinolates and sulforaphane. These naturally support your liver's ability to detox. No fancy juices required. And when your liver's functioning at full capacity, guess what? Your metabolism runs better. Your hormones balance out. Your body uses fuel more efficiently. So if you have been feeling sluggish even though you are training hard and eating right, it might not be about doing more. It might be about clearing out what is in the way. And yes, Brussels sprouts can be your silent little helper in that cleanup process. Let's talk about cutting for a second. Whether it is for summer, stage, or just personal goals, the biggest struggle? Staying full without tanking your energy or overeating carbs. Enter Brussels sprouts because they are low in calories, high in fiber, and surprisingly satisfying when cooked right. They keep your belly full and your blood sugar stable. That means fewer cravings, more consistent energy, and better willpower. It is like having a security blanket for your appetite, except it tastes way better and does not involve emotional eating at 2 a.m. Let's be honest. If you hate Brussels sprouts, it is probably because someone boiled the life out of them when you were a kid. But Brussels sprouts are like coffee. If you prepare them right, they go from bitter to brilliant. Try this. Slice them in half, toss them with olive oil, sea salt, garlic powder, and maybe a dash of smoked paprika. Roast them until they are golden and crispy. That is not a punishment, that is a reward. You can also shred them into a warm salad, saute with onion and mushrooms, or mix into a quinoa bowl with grilled chicken. Brussels sprouts don't need to be the villain of your plate. They can be the MVP. Now look, I will keep it real with you. Brussels sprouts do have one small drawback. They can make you gassy. They contain a raffinose, a natural sugar that ferment in your gut. If your body is not used to fiber, you might feel a little bloated at first. But give it time. Start small, maybe a half cup a few times a week, and build up. Your gut will adapt, and that bloating will ease off. Think of it like breaking in new shoes. Uncomfortable at first, but totally worth it. Here's how I personally like to work Brussels sprouts into my training week. On leg days, when my glycogen gets burned out and I need something to help refuel without stuffing myself, I will pair roasted Brussels sprouts with a lean protein like salmon or grilled chicken and maybe some sweet potato on the side. The fiber helps me feel satisfied without crashing, and the micronutrients. They support muscle repair and keep soreness in check. On rest days, I lean into lighter meals with lot of greens, and Brussels sprouts are always part of that plate. They help reset my gut, control hunger, and give me that clean slate feeling heading into the next training block. So here's my challenge for you. The next time you are preparing meal, throw some Brussels sprouts into the mix. Whether you are cutting, bulking, or just trying to feel better in your body, this mini veggie brings major benefits. Don't sleep on it. Remember, fitness is not just about what you lift, It is about what you fuel with your gut, your muscles, your energy. They all start in the kitchen. And trust me, if you can learn to love Brussels sprouts, you are already one step ahead of 90% of the crowd. Alright, that is it for today's bite. But don't go too far. Next week on Burn and Bite, we are digging into something sweet, sticky, and totally natural.